remember that Commander Deaton said, right?
Yeah, nothing.
You don't remember so, and then the next question is, did you find any of those comments offensive?
I
Hard
don't.
to say, right?
Yeah.
Have you ever been in a briefing where, or you're familiar with the policy that we have out on workplace behavior, correct? So it talks about sexual harassment.
Yes, sir.
Just workplace
Nothing.
behavior.
I've not heard anything in any briefing since I've been here that I felt was offensive.
Okay.
I think there was either like a SWAT thing or training or something that happened that pulled me away.
So do you remember anything else about any encounters like that?
No, sir.
Okay. Thank you for your time. Sorry to interfere with your vacation.
Oh, no,
Sorry.
fine.
Sorry to
It's
come in.
fine. Thank you.
Will you go down and send 2 more?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
Hey, was there? Nice to see you again, sir.
How are you?
I cannot complain. Where do you want me?
Right there to the left.
Oh, Lordy.
It is April 9th, 225, OPS case 826. In the room is Chief Ryle, Detective Lanier, and Deputy Herrera. You read this out there?
I did.
Okay. Just the key points is you're not the subject of the investigation. You are required to cooperate and answer truthfully, and don't talk about it with anybody but these 3 people, okay?
Okay, so is this the new Garrity form, or?
No, this is employee witness. You're
Okay.
not the subject,
Okay.
so you don't get Gary and all that. This is just your notice not to talk about it. And so you can sign right there if you understand everything. This is just your copy. You can keep that. Yeah, Garrity is just if you're the subject.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, I have a few questions to ask you. So we received a complaint that on Tuesday, March 12th, 2019, at approximately 1800 hours, you were in a shift briefing where Commander Deaton was present.
Okay.
It is reported that during that briefing, Commander Deaton made some remarks about live PD, specifically some remarks about one of the producers. Do you recall that briefing I described?
Possibly.
Okay. What do you remember that Commander Deaton said?
I'm trying to remember the exact comment about a producer. I'm pretty sure he did have some type of comment, but I don't remember exactly what was said about live PD.
Okay.
Is it possible to go into more detail to refresh my memory? Because you said this was in March.
Yeah, it's been about 3 or 4 weeks ago.
Is that the last time Commander Deaton was in our
I
briefing?
couldn't tell you.
I can't remember.
So in the ones that you're speaking of, do you remember any comments about Commander Deaton about live PD?
Is this the joke where he was saying that the producer was like hot or something? Is that what he was talking about? Because I remember him talking about some female that was on live PD and said that he was hot, and then there was some jokes around like, is anybody hitting that? And nobody said anything.
Is that something he said or something that was said?
That was something he said. Is that I'm assuming, the producer or one of the females that was part of the Flight PD? Is that what this is about?
Well, you're describing the event, not me. So.
Okay. Well, from the thing that you told me, that's what hit my mind. That's what I'm
So, did you find any of those comments by Commander Deaton or any other person in violation of any policy?
Not really, because they don't really work for us, so it's not like he was bashing one of our own. I mean, had she been present, and she took it offensive.
So you're familiar with the policy we have on workplace conduct, right? The one that talks about hostile work and
mildly,
yeah,
right.
We took a test, right?
Yeah,
right.
With our employees. But
Exactly.
Since she's not one of our employees,
Right.
would she be considered one of our employees?
It doesn't really matter.
Okay.
Right? So, but taking that policy into account, do you feel like what you heard or what you witnessed would have violated any piece of that policy?
I'm not familiar with the policy. I couldn't say, honestly, off the top of my head. I don't want to say yes and not be 100% familiar with the policy.
Okay.
I thought that the policy was just for our employees,
Well, if they work for us. would
Oh,
you-
yes, if they worked for us and it was one of our employees, and he was making that comment about one of our employees, and they were in the room, and they felt, or somebody else felt upset about that, then yes. So
So,
that would be a violation had they been one of our employees.
okay. So if they had been one of our employees and they would have been present, you felt like it would have been?
Or not present.
Or not
just
present?
Correct.
Okay. And how did you find that offensive in violation of that policy, the comment?
I didn't personally find it offensive. I thought he was just joking. But I'm saying, had another person in that room, since it was show up, had they thought it was offensive, then yes, it would be a violation.
Got it.
I personally didn't feel that it was a violation. I thought it was just a joke.
Got it, okay. What else do you remember about that event?
The only thing that I can remember was he did bring that up. He had shift briefing. He went over some things. And then that's kind of when he went off on the side topic about the live PD thing. He was talking about the female or something, and he said like she was hot or she looked good, and then he kind of paused and he was like, "Is anyone of y'all hitting that?" And nobody said anything and kind of laughed, and he was like, "Wow, I'm surprised." And then Deputy Pasley's his name came up because he was the only one that I can remember that wasn't in the room, and someone said, "I bet you Pass might be," because he was the only one that was in the room, and everybody laughed about it, and that was pretty much the end of that. And I think that was the end to show up at that point.
Okay. Anything else?
No, sir.
All right, thank you, appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for coming in. Were you off today or?
I'm gonna go with a few hours.
Oh, just came to play.